Hello friends, welcome to Suresh Aggarwal's Mathematics Shortcuts. Yet another amazing video, yet another amazing concept. The square root concept. What methods do you adopt for finding the square root of numbers? Is it the prime factorization method? But that is applicable only when the factors of the numbers are, a little bit on the smaller side. And then the second method, which can be long division method. I tell you, 8 out of 10 students fear long division method of finding the square roots. So I thought we will be very resourceful if we know some method through which we can find the approximate value of square roots of numbers which are imperfect squares. That means the square root which has the answer in decimals. So let's see this video in which we will be finding the approximate value. Remember, we will be finding the approximate value of the square root of imperfect squares. Now this is really important, where we all know so many methods of finding the square root of perfect square numbers, but this is a video in which you will be learning how to find imperfect square roots, and that too very close. The answer will be very close to the actual value. I think it will be accurate up to 1 decimal place. So you want to learn that, watch the entire video, and I'll be taking up 3 or 4 examples so that you can practice them when we have learned the trick. So let's see the first example. Here we have square root of 521, and I want to find the approximate answer. That means the answer up to 1 or 2 decimal places. See, 521, if you observe carefully, this number is between 22 square, which is 484, and 23 square, which is 529. So this is greater than 22 square and less than 23 square. So my answer for this is going to be between 22 and 23. Now this is something you need to be very quick in judging. So 22 and 23. So my answer is 22 point something. That is done now. So what is the answer after decimal? That's where the problem is, and I want to find the approximate value there. So what will I do? This number, my square root starts with this 22, right? So I will assume A as 22 and B as the number in the square root, that is 521. So once, all these things are mental maths things, so you don't have to write them. I am writing them just to tell you the steps so that you have them for your ready reference. So A is 22 and B is 521. The number after decimal, can be found out very easily if you can find out this factor, half of A plus B upon A. So let's try and find out whether square root of 521 will be obtained by finding half of A. A in this case is 22 and B is 521. So 22 plus 521 upon 22. So what we need to do here is to divide 521 by 22. Now that is the calculation which will be an extra calculation in this. Apart from that, there is no other calculation which will come in this particular trick of finding the square roots of imperfect square numbers. So I've done it already for you. This is 23.68 approximately, and if you add the numbers in the bracket, this will be half of 45.68, and half of 45.68, this will be 22 point, and then 16 means 8 and 8 means 4, 22.84. Now if you pick up the calculators and check the actual answer, that means the answer rounded off up to 2 decimal places will be 22.83, not 84. But it solves our purpose in like 98% of the cases, right? Nobody is going to deduct marks if you write 22.84 in place of 22.83, at least up to school level. So I think provides a very good method through which you can find the square root of imperfect square numbers. You just have to divide. This one particular division is important. Apart from that, I think everything is mental maths calculations, right friends? So friends, we'll be taking up like some big numbers also in the same video here, but I want you to know that all these tricks which I am telling you are a part of our super combo of quant and reasoning, which currently we are giving at a very exclusive nominal costing offer. So this is the best time to grab a copy. You can send me a message on WhatsApp 9896369963, but be willing to invest a little bit on your education. E-book of short tricks and the reasoning course. Look at this, it contains 24 different chapters and this contains 18 important chapters. Both come with video support directory, so that if you don't understand something, you can just play the video and watch and clear your concepts. All the concepts are there, illustrations, practice questions, previous year questions, lots and lots of things. It helps you develop 10 times faster speed of calculations. So if you are studying at school level or at college level or preparing for any kind of competitive exam, then this super combo of quant and reasoning is going to prove very, very beneficial for all of you. 9896369963, that's my WhatsApp number. Do send me a message if you want to grab a copy. Let's take some other examples now. Here we have two more examples. Square root of 278. So let's quickly do this now. 278, 16 square is 256, right? So 278, it lies between 16 square and 17 square. So if I find half of a plus b upon a is this number 16. So 16 plus b is the number in the square root 278, and I have to divide that by 16. Now this will be my answer. See, I am reducing the number of steps now. So this will be half of 16 plus. Now I have to perform this calculation. 278 divided by 16. So I have already done it for you. This is 17.375, and half of this is 33.375. That gives you the answer as 16.6875, right? And now if you pick up the calculators and check the actual value of this square root is actually 16.67. Now look at the variation. We have 0.01 variation in the actual answer, and in this answer which we have obtained through this short trick, half of a plus b upon a. See, as you practice through this method, you will find that the time you are consuming for solving these type of questions is getting lesser and lesser, and very helpful for finding the approximate square root. When you are at school level, they only look for approximate square roots, right? And multiple choice questions, it's a boon for cracking multiple choice questions. Let's see 886 now. So as you know, 29 square is 841, and 886 lies between 29 and 30, right? 29 square and 30 square. So my answer is going to be 29 point something. So what will I do? My answer will be half of a is this number 29 plus b is 886, and I'll have to divide that by 29. So this will be half of 29 plus. So I've already divided this for you. 886 divided by 29, that is 30.55. 30.55. So this comes out to be half of 59.55, and the answer comes out to be, if you divide 59.55 by 2, 29.775. Now this is the approximate value of the square root of this number 886, and if you pick up the calculators again and check the actual value, this is 29.766. So all the answers which I am getting has a variation of just 0.01.